Welcome back. You are still watching Metrofile, and now to a rather sad one. He is one of the first producers of Nigeria's longest-running television series, The Village Headmaster. Veteran TV producer and filmmaker Chief Oloyede Babatunde Oloyede has been laid to rest.
Chief Oloyede died at the age of 70. Friends and well-wishers joined his family for a befitting burial which took place in Lagos and his hometown in Ekiti, in Ekiti State.
So the Metrofile train will now move to Ekiti State to witness the burial of this great veteran.
It was sad news that shook the Nigerian media industry at the end of the year 2017, 18th of December to be precise, with the announcement of the passing of veteran TV producer and filmmaker Chief Oloyede Babatunde Oloyede. The news threw the broadcast industry into mourning at a time when everyone was already getting into the mood for festivity. But even in their grief, many looked on the bright side and are consoled by the fact that this great man brought joy and laughter to many homes through his craft. A man of many firsts, he was one of the first producers of Nigeria's longest-running television series, The Village Headmaster, and this is how a lot of people chose to remember him. Activities to give him a befitting burial began at his residence in Festac Town, Lagos, where many of his former colleagues in the media, as well as other friends and well-wishers, joined his wife, Bimbo Oloyede, also a veteran broadcaster, as well as his children for the service of songs. The solemn service was an opportunity for people who had a close relationship with him to talk about him.
Every time we had a story to tell, and we wanted it told in a compelling manner, it had to be Tunde. And this man would work so hard. From when the film is shot, to when it is edited, to when it is post-produced.
Chief Tunde Oloyede is also credited to have organized the first international film festival in Nigeria and was the former president of the Independent Television Producers Association of Nigeria, ITPAN, amongst many other hats he wore, which stood him out among some of his peers.
His famous residence at James Robertson Street, I remember, Surulere, was truly the home of the boys. Anyone who didn't have a place to stay in the late 70s was always welcome there.
I had come from the university to work at The Guardian. For me, it was a new experience. So he called me and sat me down and said, look, this is different. This is not like university lecturer job. Sure you are hearing me. So he sat me down and told me what I needed to do if I wanted to succeed in the media.
Pastors, deacons.
One of the greatest tributes came from his dear wife of 40 years, Bimbo Oloyede. She penned down an emotional poem for her beloved.
You were a father to our children, loved them with your heart and soul, taught them truths and values and standards to uphold. Daddy was their hero, that's the truth that must be told, and you did your best to lead them on the path to reach their goals. Where is thy faithfulness?
The service ended and activities continued in his hometown in Ekiti, in Ekiti State, for the wakekeep.
My question in this very short message is, where will you spend your eternity? Where will you spend your eternity? Definitely we know that there's kingdom of heaven. In this kingdom of heaven, we have both the kingdom where God himself, Jesus Christ, will welcome us.
He had this, what the Yoruba call Eroife. You know, he had this magnetic personality. He welcomed people. He had it in him. What people are talking about his generosity is there. It's not a question of being legendary.
The Lord have mercy upon you. The Lord favor you, both now and forevermore.
A funeral service was held at All Saints Anglican Church in Ekiti.
A man who will always make himself available all the time. And there's no dull moment with Chief Oloyede. Unfortunately, yesterday I was at the wake and I had a lot of testimonies, good ones, glorious ones, concerning his faithfulness, diligence, commitment, loyalty, love, kindness, and passion.
Chief Oloyede loves to play the talking drum, hence this was done in his honor. The service ended and an interment followed at the church cemetery.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be.
We give thee hearty thanks for that it hath pleased thee to deliver this our beloved Chief Oloyede Babatunde Oloyede out of the misery of this sinful world.
Ní ìdánilójú àti ní àṣẹ méjì retí àjíǹde sí ìyè tí kò ní pẹ̀kun.
Later, a reception was held on the field of St. Paul's Primary School.
My father was a very good man. He was a very big-hearted man. He accommodated everybody. There was nobody that was nothing to him. Everybody was important to him.
It's difficult to speak about him in the past tense, you know, because it doesn't feel quite real yet that he's no longer in the present with us.
He was the kind of person who was willing to share what he had with others. In fact, over the past few weeks since he passed on, I've heard quite a lot of surprising things. A lot of people have told me things that he did for them, which I actually didn't know anything about.
It didn't end there, as days later, there was a night of tribute and music in celebration of Chief Babatunde Oloyede. A lot of positive things were said about him.
Yes, they say Tunde is gone, but I say Tunde is very much here with us. Look at Bimbo, look at the children. Look at all of us here today. We've come to keep the memories of Tunde Oloyede going.
He had a plain, deadpan face. Most times he wasn't laughing when he was telling these little lines, but you may be rolling on the floor and he'll keep a straight face.
Also paying tribute to their former colleague, some of the cast and crew of the popular series The Village Headmaster were on stage.
I recall his contributions to ITPAN. And of course, that could only have happened because of the role that he played in the development of television, in the development of art and entertainment generally. And of course, the contributions that he made when Nollywood was being formed.
The little righteous people take over the earth. for today. Your true righteousness.
Indeed, the drama goes home in a blaze of glory, but the beat goes on as Chief Babatunde Oloyede's wife, children, grandchildren, other family members, as well as his friends, do all they can to keep his memories alive.
Let us walk out of iniquity.
May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Right, our condolences to our dearest Auntie Bimbo, the children, and of course all the family members.
All right, may his gentle soul rest in peace. So
Amen.
we take solace in the fact that he lived an impactful life.
Yeah.
On that very sad note, we end Metrofile today. Thank you very much for always being there. Remember, to continue this, go to channelstv.com, click on the playlist, and you can find different editions of Metrofile. Also, find our Twitter handles, and please call the number blinking on your screen if you want to find out details about the program. I'm Anne Umawadu.
And I'm Ogechi Kwosi. Do not forget that this edition of Metrofile repeats on Saturday at 12 noon, and a fresh edition comes up on Sunday at 9:30 a.m. and that repeats on Wednesday 11 p.m. So do watch out for it. Thank you once again for watching, and do have a lovely weekend.
Take care.